Introduction. Deer are hoofed mammals, belonging to the family Cervidae, which includes species like white-tailed deer, elk, moose, and reindeer. They are widely distributed across the Americas, Europe, Asia, and parts of Africa. Known for their agility, speed, and graceful movements, deer play a crucial role in ecosystems as herbivores. 1. Classification and species. Scientific classification. Kingdom: Animalia. Phylum: Chordata. Class: Mammalia. Order: Artiodactyla. Family: Cervidae. Major species: white-tailed deer Odocoilus virginianus, common in North America. Red deer Cervus elaphus, found in Europe and Asia. Moose Alces alces, the largest species, found in North America and Eurasia. Elk Cervus canadensis, native to North America and parts of Asia. Reindeer, caribou, the only species domesticated and found in Arctic regions. Mule deer, Odocoilus hemionus, found in western North America. 2. Physical characteristics: size and weight. Moose, up to 7 feet 2.1 meters tall, weighing 1,500 pounds 680 kilograms. White-tailed deer, around 3.5 feet 1.1 meters tall, weighing 100 to 300 pounds 45 to 136 kilograms. Reindeer, medium-sized, adapted to cold climates. Antlers, only males except reindeer, where both sexes have antlers, grow antlers. Antlers are shed and regrown annually. Used for fighting, dominance displays, and attracting mates. Coat and adaptations. Fur color varies from reddish-brown in summer to grayish-brown in winter for camouflage. Arctic species like reindeer have thick fur to withstand extreme cold. 3. Habitat and distribution. Deer are highly adaptable and can live in forests, temperate, tropical, boreal, grasslands, and plains. Wetlands. Mountainous regions. Arctic tundra. Reindeer, Atocariba. They are found across North and South America, Europe, Asia, and limited areas in Africa. 4. Diet and feeding behavior. Deer are herbivores with a diet that varies by season. Spring and summer, grasses, leaves, flowers, fruits. Autumn, nuts, berries, mushrooms. Winter, bark, twigs, evergreen plants. They have a 4-chambered stomach, allowing them to digest tough plant material efficiently. 5. Behavior and social structure. Most deer species are crepuscular, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk. Social structure. Some deer are solitary moose, while others live in herds. Elk, reindeer. Mating season. Rut. Males engage in fights using their antlers to win mates. Communication uses vocalizations, body language, and scent marking. 6. Predators and threats. Natural predators: wolves, bears, cougars, tigers, lynxes, eagles. 4. Fawns. Human-related threats: hunting, for meat, antlers, and sport. Habitat loss due to deforestation and urbanization. Vehicle collisions, a major cause of deer fatalities in developed areas. 7. Role in ecosystem. Seed dispersers, help spread plant seeds through their droppings. Prey species, essential in food chains, supporting predator populations. Impact on vegetation. Overpopulation can lead to overgrazing. 8. Conservation status. Many deer species are stable, but some are endangered due to habitat loss and poaching. Conservation efforts. Protected reserves. Hunting regulations. Reintroduction programs for extinct or endangered species. 9. Interesting facts. Reindeer are the only deer species that can be domesticated. A newborn fawn can stand within 30 minutes of birth. Some deer can jump over 10 feet 3 meters high. The antlers of some species can grow up to an inch per day during peak season. A deep dive into deer, behavior, mythology, and conservation. Now that we've covered the basics, let's explore deer in even more depth, looking at their behavior, cultural significance, and conservation efforts around the world. 1. Deer behavior in detail. Asocial structure and communication. Solitary versus herd behavior. Moose and white-tailed deer are mostly solitary, except during mating season. Elk and reindeer form large herds, sometimes in the thousands, to protect against predators. Communication methods. Vocalizations. Deer make a range of sounds, including grunts, snorts, and alarm calls. Body language. Raised tails signal danger. Ear movements indicate alertness. Scent marking. Males rub their antlers on trees and urinate to mark territory. B. Reproduction and mating. The rut. Rut mating season happens in fall when males compete for females. Males fight using their antlers in dramatic battles for dominance. Gestation and birth. Pregnancy lasts around 6 to 8 months, depending on species. Fawns are born in spring, often with white spots for camouflage. Newborns can stand within 30 minutes and start walking soon after. C. Survival adaptations. Speed and agility. Deer can run up to 40 miles per hour, 65 kilometers per hour, and jump over 10 feet 3 meters. Camouflage. Seasonal coat changes help them blend into sharp senses. Excellent hearing, large, movable ears. Keen eyesight detects movement well, though color vision is limited. Strong sense of smell detects predators from far away. 2. Deer in mythology and culture. A. Symbolism in different cultures. Celtic mythology. Deer are seen as messengers of the gods and linked to the mystical otherworld. Native American tribes represent gentleness, intuition, and the balance between life and nature. Japanese folklore. Deer are considered sacred messengers of Shinto deities. The famous Nara deer in Japan are protected and roam freely. Christian and European symbolism, often associated with purity and spiritual guidance. For example, the story of Saint Hubert, who saw a vision of a crucifix between a stag's antlers. Chinese mythology, associated with longevity and prosperity. Deer were believed to lead people to immortality. Deer, a detailed overview. B. Deer in literature and media. Bambi by Felix Salten, Disney movie. A famous depiction of a young deer growing up. The white stag, Hungarian legend, a symbol of destiny guiding tribes. Harry Potter Patronus charm often takes the form of a stag, symbolizing strength and protection. The Deer King, Japanese fantasy novel and anime, a story about survival and mythical deer. 3. Conservation and threats to deer populations. A. Main threats: habitat loss. Urban expansion and deforestation reduce their living space. Poaching and illegal hunting. Some species are hunted for meat, antlers, and medicinal use. Climate change affects food availability and migration patterns. Road accidents. Thousands of deer die annually from vehicle collisions. B. Conservation efforts. Protected reserves and national parks. Many deer species are protected in parks worldwide. Hunting regulations. Governments enforce hunting seasons and quotas to prevent overhunting. Reintroduction programs. Species like the European red deer and North American elk have been successfully reintroduced in areas where they were previously extinct. C. Endangered deer species. David's deer Elaphorus, Davidianus, extinct in the wild, now preserved in zoos and reserves. Eld's deer Rucervis, LD threatened, due to habitat destruction in Southeast Asia. Key deer, Odocoilus virginianus clavium, a small, endangered subspecies found only in the Florida Keys. For unique and rare deer species, water deer Hydropotes inermis, also called the vampire deer, because it has long curved fangs instead of antlers. Tufted deer, Elaphidus cephalophus, small deer with a black tuft of hair on its forehead, found in China. Muntjac deer Muntiacus, one of the smallest and oldest deer species, sometimes called barking deer, because of its dog-like alarm calls. 5 fun facts about deer. Antlers are among the fastest growing tissues in the animal kingdom, growing up to an inch per day. Deer can swim well, and species like moose and reindeer are excellent swimmers. Reindeer are the only deer species where both males and females grow antlers. Some deer can whistle or bark to warn others of danger. White-tailed deer can flick their tails to signal danger, hence their name. Conclusion. Deer are fascinating, adaptable, and culturally significant animals with a crucial role in ecosystems. While they thrive in many regions, some species are endangered and require conservation efforts. Their beauty, agility, and deep connection to human culture make them one of the most remarkable creatures in the wild. Everything about deer, species, behavior, conservation, and more. 1. Major deer species. There are about 43 species of deer, but here are some of the most fascinating ones. A large and well-known deer species. Mosse alces, largest deer species up to 7 feet tall, 1,500 pounds, found in North America, Europe, and Asia. Can swim for miles and dive underwater for food. Elk Cervus canadensis, one of the largest deer, second to moose, found in North America and Asia. Famous for their loud, high-pitched bugling calls during the rut. Reindeer, caribou, rangi, only deer where both males and females grow antlers. Domesticated in Scandinavia and Siberia. Used by reindeer herders. Have special hooves that act like snowshoes for winter travel. White-tailed deer, Otocoileus virginianus, most common deer in North America, named for the white underside of their tails, which they flash when alarmed. Red deer Cervus elaphus, found in Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Males are known for their deep, roaring calls during mating season. B. Unique and lesser known deer species. David's deer Illiforus davidinus, extinct in the wild, now only found in zoos and reserves. Originally from China, saved through conservation efforts. Muntjac montiacus barking deer. One of the smallest deer species, found in South and Southeast Asia, barks like a dog to warn of predators. Tufted deer Elaphidus cephalophus has a black tuft of hair on its forehead, native to China. Small and shy, often lives alone. Water deer Hydropotes inermis, vampire deer, found in China and Korea, has long fangs instead of antlers. Good swimmers and often live near rivers. 2. Deer behavior and adaptations. A. Social structure. Solitary, moose muntjac, and water deer prefer being alone. Herds, elk, reindeer, and some red deer live in large groups for protection. Territorial marking. Males rub their antlers on trees and urinate to mark territory. B. Senses and communication. Eyesight. Can detect movement well, but have limited color vision. Hearing. Large, rotating ears help them detect predators. Smell. A deer's nose is highly sensitive, allowing them to detect predators from a distance. Sounds, grunts, and bleats. Used by fawns and mothers. Snorts signal danger. Bugling elk and roaring red deer. Used by males to attract mates. See diet and feeding habits. Deer are herbivores and eat different foods depending on the season. Spring, summer, leaves, grasses, flowers, fruits. Fall, nuts, berries, mushrooms. Winter, bark, twigs, evergreen plants. They have a four-chambered stomach like cows, allowing them to digest tough plant material. Di mating and reproduction. The rut occurs in fall. Males fight using their antlers for dominance. Females give birth to 1, 2, 3 fawns in spring, which are born with white spots for camouflage. 3. Predators and threats. A. Natural predators. North America, wolves, bears, cougars. Asia, tigers, leopards, dholes, wild dogs. Europe, lynxes, wolves, eagles sometimes hunt fawns. B. Human-related threats. Hunting and poaching. Some species are hunted for meat, antlers, or traditional medicine. Habitat destruction. Deforestation and urbanization threaten their living space. Vehicle collisions. Thousands of deer die every year from car accidents. Climate change affects migration and food availability. For conservation and protection efforts. A. Endangered deer species. David's deer, extinct in the wild, but preserved in captivity. Eld's deer, Rue Cervus eldi, found in Southeast Asia, endangered due to hunting. Key deer, Otocoileus virginianus clavium, a small, endangered deer, native to Florida. B. Conservation success stories. Elk and red deer, populations were declining but have been successfully reintroduced in several areas. Reindeer protection, managed by indigenous groups like the Sami people in Scandinavia. C. Conservation actions, national parks and wildlife reserves. Hunting regulations and bans on poaching. Breeding and reintroduction programs. 5. Deer in human culture, a mythology and symbolism. Celtic beliefs. Deer symbolize the supernatural and guidance. Native American culture, represent harmony with nature. Japanese Shinto, considered sacred messengers of the gods. Christianity, seen as a symbol of purity. St. Hubert's vision of a stag with a cross. Chinese mythology, associated with longevity and luck. B. Deer in media and literature. Bambi, the most famous deer story ever written. Harry Potter, the stag Patronus, represents strength and protection. The white stag, a Hungarian legend about a magical deer leading people to their destiny. 6. Fun and strange facts about deer. Antlers are the fastest growing tissue in the animal kingdom, growing up to 1 inch per day. Moose can hold their breath and dive up to 20 feet underwater. Reindeer eyes change color in winter from golden in summer to blue in winter to help them see in low light. White-tailed deer can run up to 40 miles per hour, 65 kilometers per hour, and jump over 10 feet high. Some deer can whistle to warn others of danger. Conclusion. Deer are incredibly diverse, adaptable, and culturally significant animals with deep ecological and symbolic importance. While many species thrive, others are at risk and need protection. Their beauty, intelligence, and deep-rooted connection to human culture make them one of the most fascinating animals in the wild.